They're confused.
Today, just building healthy habits in the summer. But before we get started, just wanted to share a little bit about myself and kind of why I got into health. And yeah, so this is just some things that are kind of important to me. So the top left is a picture of my family. It's very outdated. We, I guess, don't take a lot of pictures, but that's okay. Um, and yeah, so family is a big reason why I love talking about health because obviously you want the people that you love to be healthy um, and at their best. And then here's a picture of me in high school. Running was a big thing for me, and I also grew up playing a lot of sports. That was always a big thing in my life. And um, I recently graduated from BYU. I still have a couple classes left to take, but yeah, so there's that. And then here's two of my friends. I actually also went to Capitol Reef a couple weeks ago. So this is at Capitol Reef here. And yeah, that's such a pretty national park. It's really cool. And then here's me on my mission. And this kind of also plays a big role in my why I got, because when I was on my mission, it was a very hard experience. And I felt like I wasn't myself all the time. And it was the first time that I was kind of introduced to what chronic stress feels like. I feel like I could understand, like I related to that. And it was a great experience and I learned a lot, but it kind of just, when I got home, it reminded me of much like how amazing it is that we get to kind of choose what we do with our bodies and, kind of do that on our own. And yeah, it was just kind of going back home and being able to um, have that kind of agency again was a really cool thing because I don't know, I feel like we don't take advantage of that enough. So yeah, that was cool. Um, and yeah, so going on. So summer can be really hard um, to keep these healthy habits just because of, change in routine. There's less structure, I feel like, in people's schedules, more social events, the weather's hotter, vacations, traveling. I know new insecurities and comparison can be a big one for some women in the summer, me included, because I don't know, I feel like it's just going to the beach or going to the pool, there's a lot of ways that you can compare your body or just kind of those insecurities I feel like can come out sometimes too, and more in the summer. So um, there's four different things that um, can help us, little things that we can do to help keep these healthy habits in the summer when it's hard. And it's movement, nutrition, hydration, and recovery. And movement, obviously, we know what this is. Physical activity includes all movement that increases energy use from walking and gardening to structured exercise. So it doesn't always have to mean a structured workout. And I think that that's a really important point. I think that there's a lot of natural ways that we can include movement into our daily lives and just things that we're already doing that we don't even realize, count. So that's cool. And nutrition, obviously. So building balanced plates, adding nutritious foods rather than focusing on what to eliminate, using the 80 by 20 approach lets us enjoy our favorite foods mindfully. Um, Finding simple swaps at events or things that we go to can be a good way to keep nutrition in the back of our minds, and also finding fun new summer recipes. And going into that, I kind of just have some ideas here that help me that I love doing and that I've been doing lately. And so yeah, so one of these that's really good that everyone should try is, I don't know if you've heard of, I don't even know, I'm not going to say this right, but tzatziki sauce. It's like it's like a Greek yogurt, lemon juice, olive oil base, and it's kind of a Greek food. And it goes really good with chicken and veggie sheet pan meals. So that's something really easy that, you can make in the summer. I can send out a recipe too that I have for that that's really good in the chat. Another thing is just adding in a lot of summer vegetables to meals like corn, tomatoes, peppers, zucchini, squash, just all of these vegetables is a great, really easy thing to do. I love adding avocado to like everything. I put it in eggs. I add it in my sandwiches, burgers, even smoothies, because it provides healthy fats and fibers and it makes meals more filling. Um, getting protein in the summer is really important, and there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Greek yogurt, grilled chicken, cottage cheese, eggs, fish, um, and then pasta salads. And even trying to swap out the carb every once in a while for food variety, and adding quinoa instead, or rice, or couscous, or millet, is a really easy way. I learned in one of my classes about the importance of food diversity for our immune systems, and just how getting a wide variety of food is really important to yeah, for our immune system. So trying to swap some of those carbs out. And then something I love is just air fried or roasted chickpeas. They can be added to a lot of dishes for extra protein and fiber, and you can throw them in salads, soups, bowls, even tacos, and just a really easy way to get protein and fiber in. And also experimenting with dipping sauces and dressings is great. It's a good way to, add flavor to meals that might be more boring or healthy. And then just having pre-cut fruits and veggies in the fridge is always good in the summer. And then hydration, obviously it gets a lot hotter in the summer. And so it can make us more tired or sleepy, or affect our mood and mental energy. And so just drinking a ton of water is really important in the summer, and especially before we go outside and in the heat. And even adding maybe in some electrolytes if needed, could be is important for some people. Electrolytes are essential minerals like sodium, potassium, or magnesium, and they have an electrical charge when they're dissolved in body fluids. And so most healthy adults get these naturally in their body, but if you work out a lot, or if you um, runners especially, can always refuel with electrolytes. And if for some reason you, for health reasons, need to be on a low carb diet as well, refueling with electrolytes is always great to do. And then the last one, recovery, is the body process by which the body repairs tissues, restores energy stores, replaces fluids, and adapts to the stress of exercise, allowing the body to return to a healthy and ready state. So prioritizing sleep and taking care of our bodies after times that are really busy and our body uses a lot of energy is important. So yeah, obviously, recovery is not just a physical thing. It can also include taking care of your social well-being as well, and getting that social aspect in as well, because there's a lot of health benefits to, not to just being with people and being around people. And I think that's something that's great in the summer, is we can have those opportunities more. So here's something that I think a lot of us can fall victim to, the all or nothing mentality. And I love this picture of the brain with the black or white. I don't know, the black or white brain. I think it's a really good portrayal of this, because I think all of us can, get these ideas in our heads like, oh, if I miss a week of workouts, I'm off track, or I, eat bad at one event and the whole day is ruined, or I'm traveling this week, so there's no point in even trying to exercise. And like all these little things that we tell our brains can really impact our consistency with that actual long-term progress that we're making for our health. And so the CDC describes all or nothing thinking as believing there are only two outcomes, success or failure. They note that this mindset can cause people to abandon health goals after mistakes, especially during vacations and holiday. And so even the CDC recommends focusing on gradual progress and small successes instead of perfection. And so that's really comforting to hear, I feel like, for a lot of people, because if you, have a treat every once in a while, it's not the end of the world. If you are enjoying yourself during the summer, it doesn't ruin the overall picture. And we have to remember that, or else it's probably worse for our long-term health. So I love that reminder. And then habit stacking. So one good way to make newly desired habits become routine is called habit stacking. So with habit stacking, you connect a new habit to an already existing habit. And so you're stacking these habits on top of each other. So something you're already doing, and then you add something new, or um, just to tie small, repeatable, and beneficial new habits into your existing routine. And so, for example, just whenever I fill up my water bottle in the morning, something I already am doing, I'm also going to take my vitamins. Or after dinner on vacation, I'm going to go for a walk for 5 minutes. Or after I put my phone down at night before bed, I'm going to read for 5 minutes. And so doing this can help us to push ourselves and in small ways to reach even more of these goals. And so I think that this idea is really cool. And yeah. Um, and then I wanted to just have everyone take a couple of minutes just to identify your minimum habits during the summer and things that during the summer are non-negotiables for you that you want to be continuous with and consistent with throughout the summer that you think are realistic for you personally. Um, so an example could be I want to eat protein at every meal, or I want to drink water before I drink the soda or whatever, or exercise 3 times per week, or just maintain one specific healthy behavior. So I wanted to kind of just have everyone take 1 or 2 minutes to write that down somewhere or just think about it for a second. So yeah, we'll just do that for a second. Sorry, I know it's going to be awkward with the silence on Zoom, but
What if we had them post their post in the chat?
oh, that's a good idea. I forget we're on Zoom. I feel
I
like we should,
know,
okay.
right?
Yeah, if everyone wants to write in the chat what they're doing, or even if anyone wants to share what they're thinking about, trying to do, that would be great. That's a good idea. If anyone's willing to share. And if not, that's okay.
It looks like Ellen is working to track her food intake every day. That is a commitment. Way to go, girl.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. And then you're gonna do 10,000 steps each day, you
That,
said?
yeah, I have on my watch,
Good
it gives me
goal.
streak, and I got to stick
Oh,
with the streak,
wow.
you know?
That's awesome. Cool. Oh, there's a lot. Do you want to read them, Nicole, or?
Yeah, I'm happy to. Shane, stretch each morning, no matter if you're going on a run or going to run errands. Amen, right? The older we get, it doesn't matter which running we're doing, you just gotta do the stretching. I love that. Shireen, drink a water before I drink anything else. Get the water in. Let's do this. Telena, take time to do intentional exercise 3 times a week. I love how you put intentional because that is so like, oh, I get out to go on my walks with my kids and I have to just be like, okay, get off the phone, be with my kids, be intentional in like keeping the walk moving. So I love that. Mary, go to the gym 4 times a week. Get it, girl.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I think Lila too said protein, healthy fats, and fiber each meal. So
Oh, I love that. Oh yeah, right. Lila,
he
you snuck
was,
it in, you sneaky.
yeah. And then, oh, did you already read the last one, Nicole? Uh,
Shireen.
ah,
Oh, oh, and Shane.
oh, is that new? Okay.
4 times a week. Shane, I've started to incorporate yoga into my weeks of the gym, and it's hard, but it's helped me tone. Helped and oh gosh, I'm struggling. But it helps with the toning, it sounds like, which is so true.
That's great. Yeah, those are all awesome things that, are really
Non-negotiable.
good ideas for these habits that we can start to set during the summer in advance. So that's awesome. Um, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fun things to do in the summer, and it's fun to find ways to try to make things healthier with that. So yeah, that's it.
Good job, good job. That I actually one of my favorite things in the summertime, because I have 4 kids, is summer has lots of options to be active. It's so true. Also 100 grams of protein a day. Yes, I love it. I get a little derailed with my summertime experience because my kids get home, right? And all of a sudden we're running to the pool or we're running all these places. And I find the habit stacking mentality, as well as not, what was the mentality that you talked about?
All or nothing, the black and
All or nothing. I really think you have to slow down and take a big deep breath and like look internally to recognize if you're like all or nothing it, or if you're
Mhm.
like allowing the habits to get too far spread out in the day.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like you kind of have to retrain your brain like with that because yeah, we don't realize how hard we are on ourselves, I feel like with
yes.
that stuff.
I absolutely agree. I love, love, love those. Thank you, Claire. That was
Mhm.
spectacular. A good little reminder. Um, okay. The next part of this meeting, we kind of open it up to the audience, kind of for the next 30 minutes, in a way of like getting down to the nitty gritty of exactly what you guys are going through. So I know some of you probably just hop on to like hear things, but we've learned that in this community, people walk away with the most success when they're able to ask questions and we're able to come together. We've got a nurse on here, a dietitian on here, and lots of other expertises that can help lend hand, that have been doing this for years and years and years. I think we could safely say that we've got, as a health team on here, Sarah and Lila and Claire and myself, there's probably 30 to 40 years collectively of experience that we've kind of all been through. So somebody can know some direction. And if we don't know the direction, then we can reach out and we'll post it in the chat. But for those that are here, let's see, Shireen, there's a phone number on here. I don't know your name. Elaine, Shane, Talena, Tal that's a new name. So if you feel brave enough to get on and say your name for me, I would love to hear it. Um, but now we just kind of want to open up the floor to you guys. We want to hear maybe what questions you have regarding fitness, nutrition, or lifestyle. Elaine, it looks like you're raising your hand in the chat. Go ahead, and if you feel like you can either unmute your mic, you're welcome to just jump on.
Okay, yeah, that's me. My name is Ellen.
Oh, Ellen, I'm so sorry. I've been calling you the wrong name.
That's
Ellen.
okay. My mother was Elaine, so
Okay.
it's a good name.
It is a good name. Both are good.
Um, so, as a 66-year-old woman who isn't in the best of shape, but I'm working on it, one of the challenges points to be earned is 8,000 steps a day. I am not there yet. I am giving myself credit for that when I get 3 to 4,000 steps. And I hope that's okay, but I'm working my way up. So I just wanted to comment on that.
Ellen, I love that. I think so what Ellen is referring to is the summer health games. I think most of you guys might be in there, but if you're not, if you scroll up in the chat, I've put a link there. The summer health games, we've designed this program for you to be able to come in and for it to meet you where you're at. We've put some standard goals out there of fitness, things, movement, running, working out each day, stretching, as well as nutrition, things like eating your vegetables, getting your water in, and then lifestyle, getting 7 or 8 hours of sleep in, staying away from your phone. Those are all habits that if we can lean into those different habits, then we're able to create a foundational life, that helps us improve. And Ellen, I was going to call you Elaine again. Ellen nailed it on the head. We have to be able to start where we're at and then make progress on top of that. So I love that you've adapted it for you so that you can stay motivated and keep it there. And that is what it's built for. That is what we did it for. So keep posting in there.
Great, thank you. I'll also I'm confused as far as what's the difference between summer health games and what else is this? I thought it was the summer health games. I don't know
Yeah.
what else you're talking about.
Yeah, so we've been doing these meetings. This is kind of good because I think there's a lot of new faces on here. I love these questions. There's no dumb questions here. Um, we've been doing these, we used to do these weekly during the school year. So we started these, I would say January-ish timeframe, and we used to run them every Thursday at 8 p.m. And it was just an accountability meeting to help you stay accountable each week so that you knew that we were headed into the weekend, and weekends tend to be tough. So whether you're staying on top of your protein, counting your macros, getting your steps in, whatever your goal was, it was to help Thursday night set you up for the weekend so that you could get through the weekend, be successful in the weekend, and then usually we all mentally have a pretty good, okay, it's Monday, got to start in again, so that Monday through the next that Thursday, you just continue on with those good habits. And then we met again. That's kind of what this started as, because summer gets kind of crazy for everybody. We've backed it off to only doing one meeting a month, and that's kind of what we're doing. But in an effort to also bring more people in, we launched the Summer Health Games. So, a good portion of you guys are here from the Summer Health Games, and by other means, RX Fit Health owns, or RX Fit Health does blood panels, comprehensive blood panels, where you're able to actually see what's going on the deeper level, so that as you make your health, or as you make your fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle choices, you can make them appropriate for your insides. The story that I have that goes along with this is my husband. He's 38 years old, healthier than a horse, or so we thought, works out, gets his steps in, eats well. And he got hit this comprehensive blood panel done as we were kind of testing to see which biomarkers we wanted. And come to find out, he has hemochromatosis. And hemochromatosis means that his body does not digest iron. So ever since he's been born, his body has just slowly stacked up, stacked up, stacked up, stacked up the iron. And if you can visualize like a bucket of water, a metal bucket of water, and the longer that just sits in it and it just rusts and rusts and rusts. Well, that's essentially what's going on in my husband's joints, pancreas, and liver, which in time leads him to joints getting replaced or liver failure or other major internal issues. And those are the things that his dad is dealing with right now. But we understood that it skipped a generation, and we would have never found this out had we not done a comprehensive blood panel. And so we leaned in hard to the blood panels and getting understanding, so that now in our family we have cut out a lot of red meats because there's a lot of iron in red meats, and we're choosing to get our iron sources from other areas, so that we can keep a fun, loving, fully functioning dad around for as long as possible. Um, so that is kind of, I guess there's a lot of people here, so you got the whole story, the whole conception story of RX Fit.
So that's really interesting. Thank you. And so is the comprehensive blood panel the same thing you get when you go to the doctor?
No, no. I'm kind of a story person, so if I get long-winded here, I really am sorry. Um, the comprehensive panel that you would get from your doctor is how do I explain this in short terms? Um, we're taking 80 biomarkers, and we're taking a view of all 12 of your systems. When you go to the doctor, oftentimes they're going to take one or two biomarkers from one or two systems. But the difficulty in that is that if you have your hormones that are off, but it's not necessarily your hormones that are the root cause, maybe it's your liver causing issues, or you've got inflammation in other parts of your body, but it's becoming a side effect or a symptom in your hormones, and then you go get on hormone replacement stuff, then you're only again fixing the symptom. And so the reason we do comprehensive blood panels, meaning that we take a look at all 12 systems in your body as a comprehensive whole in one snapshot, then it gives us an idea of what really is the root cause. Is it the inflammation causing issues? Is it the liver causing issues? Is it your metabolic chain that's causing issues? Is it hormones that's causing issues? And we check in on all the systems so that then our practitioners, once you get the blood panel, they review it and they make an assessment off of your whole body and then can provide direction from there. When you purchase a blood panel from us, you get this functional health report that breaks it down really pretty into out of optimal ranges and inside of optimal ranges. And then we set you up with a game plan in a meet after we meet as a health team, and then you jump on, and it's usually about a 30 to 45 minute meeting that we talk through what your plan could look like, whether you're looking for supplementation, medication, or wanting to do it yourself, or with a health advocate. And that's where this health advocate stuff comes in. So this meeting is we come and do these ones for free because group calls, they matter so much, right? Learning from each other. But if you want to work with like a one-on-one health advocate to be able to really expedite your health journey, then Claire and Lila and Sarah and Mary are all here, and they are our health advocates to help maximize your health journey so that you can feel better longer. Great questions.
Thank you.
What did you call the? Oh, I'm sorry. I have I don't know how to make this.
You got two going on, huh? Okay, if you figure it out, jump back on. Shireen, you had a question here. What's everyone's favorite meals that are balanced macros? Bonus points if they are quick and summer friendly, right? Like grab and go stuff. I'm going to kind of refer this question to maybe Lila or Claire or anybody else that maybe has quick summer stuff that they're like, yep, this is my grab and go. It's got the good fats, good carbs, and good protein in it. Put you on the spot.
Again, this was in the PowerPoint, but I love the tzatziki chicken, like sheet pan meals, or just any variation of like sheet pan meals are really easy. Just putting, any mix of vegetables on one half and then chicken on the other half. And I don't know, you can really just like do whatever you want with those, and they're really easy. Just throw in the oven kind of thing. So I love those.
One of my favorite go-to meals is tacos. I just usually do ground turkey and I throw in a can of black beans and I just do a taco seasoning packet because it's super easy. And then I'll usually do it with corn tortillas and salsa and avocado so that you've got some healthy fats and fiber. But it takes like 10 minutes to throw together and makes a lot.
I'm kind of the grab and go girl. Have you ever seen those poppers? They look like Doritos, but they're like popcorn. They're popcorners, I think they're called. If you're familiar with those, there's the one that's called spicy queso. And so it's cheesy with a little bit of spice on it, but I take those and I scoop cottage cheese and eat them. And so no prep, purchase from the store, and then just sit in your car and scoop and eat. And that is one of our summer consistents here. It's a little more processed as far as the popcorns go, but get you good protein. What is the name of the comprehensive panel? Good question. So are you the name of it? What if I get you a link?
Yeah, sorry, and now I think I'm just single here. And my name, do you say it Talina?
Talina.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, Talina rhymes with Selena. Talina.
Talina. And your
Yeah.
last name is a C. So what is your last name?
Carter.
In my brain, I'm gonna say Selena Talina so that I can
There
get
you
it
go.
every time.
And my mom is Ellen, so whoop whoop.
Yeah, way to be here, fam. I love it.
So I didn't know if you said it was a comprehensive blood panel or comprehensive metabolic or
Good question. So, I call it like a comprehensive panel because it literally covers your whole body. I will put the link. So if you go to rxfithealth.com, I just had like a brain lapse. I'm pretty sure that that's our website, but that will go through all of the things far more specific that it's going to cover everything in the body. And then I will also, if you have interest in that, I can also post the link here if you're interested, or if we need to set up a time to chat more. There's tons to cover. I'll put the link in the chat right here. But yes, it is a comprehensive panel that covers the entire system.
And I have been on your website before, and it looks like you have a doctor on staff or something. Is he who orders that and does the lab draw, or okay?
Good question. I was nodding because I realize, when you're in the middle of things and you just assume everybody knows what you know, I'm realizing that the communication isn't fully clear on my end. So the way it works is that you order the blood panel, and we have partnered up with Quest Labs. So you order the blood panel, and we get it, we send it over to Quest Labs. You make an appointment with Quest Labs. They send you an email, you make an appointment through Quest Labs. You go and get your blood drawn, and then it takes 3 to 5 days for them to process and cycle the blood, because they're taking like 7 vials. I mean, it's a good amount of blood because of how comprehensive it is. They take that blood, they process it over 3 to 5 days. They send us a report, and oftentimes you get a report. But the difference in the report is that you get this. I wonder if I have a picture I can pull up. You get this report from them that just gives you numbers, and you don't really know where on the spectrum that number falls. Like, is it good? Is it bad? Like, is this in? Is it out? And it creates a ton of research for you. What I find very important is that you see at one quick glance where you're at on the spectrum. So most people, most doctors, if you were to just work with your like family practitioner, they're going to give you this range of normal. And my goal and our goal at RX Fit Health is to tighten up that range into an optimal range. Because most people, when they're like, oh, you're inside of this normal range, like you don't have diabetes yet, you're inside of normal, but one more point would put you into an extreme situation and just outside of normal. But we're not going to say that you have diabetes until you're one more point over. We want to tighten up that range so that when you're one step outside of optimal into that normal range, that we're on top of your habits to make sure that we're taking care of the diabetes and we're taking care of the heart issues or the strokes or the things that are 80% preventative if you're taking care of them through fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle. A lot of those things don't even need to be something that we experience in life, as long as we're on top of them early. And that's what this comprehensive panel gives you clear answers to, so that if you look at it as the practitioner sits down and reviews it and looks at it, then he can go, listen, you're on the trajectory to get diabetes. You've got to start like eliminating processed foods, or you need to start getting more movement in, or whatever your blood work story is saying. He is the blood work story reader, and he provides that feedback inside of that blood panel. Does that make sense and answer your question?
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
Any other questions, maybe about your own health or where you're at in your own health journey? I just put in that website into the chat. Oh, I'm getting pictures. Shane, cool. Are these recipes? Or is this how you're tracking? This looks like you've got either recipes or tracking a little bit. I love that. Protein balls? Heck yes. Okay, well, you're teaching our next class on cooking and keeping everything so nice and organized. My gosh. Actually, maybe I'll just hire you to come cook for me and 4 kids. I love it. Yes, I have a great mom that has helped me with my eating, so it's not me, it's her. It really is the generation before us, right? They help set us up in good places. I feel the same way about my mom. I love that. I love that. I love that. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? What is not working? What are you struggling to find? Are you struggling to find protein? You struggling to find ways to get moving in the day? How's everybody's sleep? Did you know that sleep is very important? For those of you that have been on the call before, that is my number one right now. Mitigate stress by getting enough sleep. And it's tough. Tough, tough stuff. Samantha, we had you jump on here. That's fun. New faces. Getting enough protein is tricky for you. And yes, I need more sleep. Yes, it's true. Other protein options. I love that Shane was sharing some of his awesome recipes. It all comes down to food prep. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Lila and Claire. I feel like when I'm most successful, there's usually a tub of cottage cheese in the fridge. Oh, and Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese has amazing amounts of protein in it. But between those two, and then making sure that I'm always prepping my chicken, or I'm prepping my fish, or I'm prepping, we do a lot of lunch meat. I don't love the nitrogens in there, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So a lot of lunch meat around here at the moment. Asparagus has a good amount of protein. Peas have a good amount of protein. How do I prep and cook my chicken and fish? Favorite thing to do is I buy a big old thing of chicken with like 6 breasts in it. I chop them up, whether I'm dicing them, whether I'm like little strips or like full breasts. I do not like thick chicken. So I use a mallet and I thin the chicken so it's nice and thin. And then I will either go out, we have a Blackstone grill. I'll season it really good and I'll cook it on the Blackstone grill. To 165 is the point in which chicken, I feel like, can be a tough one to cook, right? Because you can overcook chicken and then nobody wants to eat overcooked chicken. So we got a thermometer, a meat thermometer, cook it to 165. I put it on the grill, and I cook it right there to 165 and then pull it off. And the trick that I have learned is that you have to give it a 5-minute standing, which means once it comes off the grill and you put it on a plate, if it sits for 5 minutes, it's like it reabsorbs moisture. And it absorbs it back into the skin that you've just cooked. And so after about that 5 minutes is when I'll typically will either eat or I'll chop it up in pieces and put it in the fridge for meal prep. And it retains its moistness better than not if you give it about 5 minutes. Fish, the way fish retains its moisture, for me, obviously I like moist foods, it's sounding like, is I usually take big old fillets of fish from like Costco or something. And then I just use salt and pepper the heck out of the fish. And I take a light thing of mayo, or if I'm feeling really prepared, then I will have made up an avocado mixture, lemon juice mixture, and you do a small coat across the whole top of the salmon. We like salmon. Cook it at like 400 degrees for, I think, 12 minutes. And then I'll chop that up and put that in meal prep stuff too. And it's like that coating of mayo or avocado on top. It helps keep the moisture in as well as season it. Lila says that she just bakes multiple chicken breasts in the oven in a glass pan with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then you can use it in all the different meals. And I love that too. Yeah. Just make a bunch of chicken, and then you can have chicken tacos, you can have fajitas, chicken enchiladas, chicken salad, all the things, right? Lemon pepper seasoning for fish.
I even love like rotisserie chicken sometime, like getting that, and it's really easy to just like you don't have to cook it, and it's easy to just, I don't know, use it for different meals.
That's good. That is good. The other one for meal prep is that if you do like beef, ground beef, I often go to Costco and you know those giant logs of ground beef. We'll get those and chop those up into like our family size sections that we want, and then I'll rebag them and put them in the freezer, so that tacos come quick and easy. protein pasta is an easy way to get more protein too. Okay, you might have to hop on and tell us about that because I have never heard of protein pasta, Lila.
There's a lot of different brands and kinds. Some are just wheat pasta, but they'll be labeled as protein pasta. Or there's also like the chickpea version. I think Bonza is a popular brand. So there's a lot of options, but that way you technically don't even really need to have a meat for it to be pretty high in protein. You could just do the pasta and then add a little bit of cottage cheese to the pasta sauce, and there you go. You've got a meatless, high protein meal.
I love that. That's a great idea. I actually feel the same way about sometimes I like staying away from like dairies, right? So cheeses. But when I'm not in that mindset, I love a good fettuccine Alfredo without the chicken sometimes. Sometimes I get over on the meat and putting a whole bunch of Parmesan cheese in like a homemade sauce. That Parmesan cheese has a ton of protein.
I just wanted to add with meat, like meal prepping meat. The win for our family is having several different marinade options. So, like we eat salmon almost once a week usually. And so I have like three options for marinating, so it's not just always prepped the same. And then same with chicken, I have like three or four marinades. And with chicken for us, I'll buy like, we have a big family. There's 8 of us. And so I'll buy like 2 bags of chicken from Costco and then fill like 5-gallon bags of the frozen chicken. And then I just put my different marinades in those bags and freeze them. So then they're prepped. I can pull them out the night before or whatever. And then I have all this chicken that's already in a yummy marinade. So anyway, that's been our go-to like easy way to get meat. And then I have like one marinade for shrimp, like frozen shrimp. That's really great. Anyway, I can share some of my favorite marinades, but to get all the protein, I feel like you need the meat, right? And it can get boring to just have it taste the same every time. So for sure, marinades are key at our house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I'll put the marinades on circle in the recipes.
I love that. Thank you, Mary. What about you guys? What do you guys do for your meats? Hot dogs and hamburgers every night. That's what I think we should do. Uh,
Hamburgers are actually a really big go-to at our house for summertime.
for
I mean, they're
summertime.
really easy, and then we usually will just do protein style because we have people that can't have gluten at our house, right? And I don't know, it's a lot of protein, and we just add like avocado and pickles and tomatoes and all the good stuff. But
Put a lettuce wrap
definitely,
around it and call it good.
yeah, definitely an easy option for the summertime.
I'm not gonna lie, I think my gut and my insides could eat the same meal every day for like a week, 2 weeks, and then I could pivot and switch. And it would be so easy to not have to like think creatively of a new meal each
Right.
day. But my kids cannot. So
No, I get sick of it. We'll eat the same
yeah.
thing over and over, and then I'm like, never again. I can't eat that for a year. I'm like, sorry.
You wouldn't work well in my household. My
I
kids are like spaghetti again, Mom. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to have to think about another meal.
Oh, for
so.
sure. It's the thinking that's hard. I don't
It
know.
really is.
I do have a recipe book. Like one thing that's helped with meal prep for me is I have a recipe book for the women in here that are cycling. I have one that it's like these are all recipes that are good for this cycle, and I turn to it most mornings for a breakfast idea. And so it's nice to just have like, okay, this is categorized. I know that recipe's gonna have foods that are great for my cycle. So I'm a huge fan of like physical recipe books. And
Actually, will you kind of expound on that a little bit? I think I'm kind of interested in it. Eating with your cycle and maybe suggest the book that
yeah.
I know you're referring to, but maybe for others.
Oh yeah. So the book is in the Flow, and there's an app called Flow that's free. to use like to track your cycle. And I love that it shows you which part of your cycle, like there's 4 stages. So the follicular, the luteal, the ovulatory, luteal, and then menstruation. And then each cycle phase, um, it talks about the best exercise and foods and actually productivity per stage. So, so I just put all the rest. So like right now where I'm at, like blueberries, blackberries are great, buckwheat, right? Like certain wild rice, those are all really great for the stage that I'm in right now. And so this recipe book has recipes with those options in this stage. So it supports your body according to your cycle. And some women that don't know where they're at on their cycle, you can actually use the moon, like the phases of the moon, and eat according to that, or follow your cycle according to where the moon cycle is. So
That's cool.
it's been a good fit for my life, and I've seen a big difference and a lot of the symptoms that come with our cycles, mine have improved a ton. So
Thanks, Mary.
yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, if there's any more questions, let's take questions. Otherwise, let's do a drum roll.
I was gonna add, in my family, my kids and I, we like curry. So
Mm.
we do red or green or yellow curry with chicken usually, and just all sorts of veggies. So that's something that my family will always ask for during the week. And
Okay,
then
I have a
something,
question.
oh yes,
Do you make your sauce from scratch or are you buying it?
no, the yellow I'm using a powder, and the green and red it's a paste. And
That
then
you're like a paste that you're getting from the store or you're making
yes,
it? Okay.
yeah, yes.
I
And
would
then
love to know those pastes and powders because I have kids that crave or ask for that too. And I like always draw a blank. I don't ever know a real great
yeah,
one. So I'd love it if you shared that.
okay, yes, I can do that. And then something that I like for menu planning is a website called Pepper Plate, pepperplate.com. And I've added a bunch of my recipes in there. And then you can just select the recipes you want, and it'll make it is a subscription, but you select the recipes you want for the week, and then it makes you a grocery list, and then you can check off the things you already have in your cupboards. And anyway, that's been helpful for me for meal planning. I'm a full-time student right now, and sometimes, well, my kids are old enough they can make a meal once a week. So that's how we do it, is I let them pick from there.
What a great, I love that. Anything to make the meal prepping, planning, and cooking easier. That's a good win. Love that. Yes, those are awesome ideas. Okay. How do I take this off? Not sure how to take off my grayed out. So I'll just try to bring this close to the camera. See if I can hold it. You see that? We'll spin it nice, and those are all the names in there. Heck yeah. Okay. We're gonna pull this name out here, and this is the person that has put in, well, you've all put in a ton of miles. But this person is gonna win a water bottle, and I won't look, won't cheat. Okay, this is it. We just did initials. Oh, don't fall. There you go. Okay. Oh, hey! TC. Is that you, Talena Carter?
That's me, yes.
Yay!
Thank you.
Awesome job. Okay, awesome. Now tell me, where are you located?
I live in Salem.
You live in Salem. Who are you connected to that brought you into this group?
Cheryl Johnson.
Cheryl
who-
Bishop?
No, I got confused, and I just realized yesterday my confusion. I think Cheryl Johnson works out not in Orem at the RX Fit,
Yeah.
and she
Spanish.
posted about it in a group that I'm in a group me.
Okay, cool. I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay, I think we're talking about the same Cheryl. We're gonna make contact off camera and we'll get you this water bottle. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Way to put the miles in, hun. We are going to do a few other mini challenges coming up. We're probably going to give it another week. Maybe we can have 2 weeks, but we'll do a couple more mini challenges. Some will be around food, but they will kind of pop up last minute, and that's intentional on our end to keep everybody motivated through summer, keep you posting, keep you checking into that tracker so that you can keep on top of those health and fitness goals. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. It's been awesome to get to know you guys a little bit. And unless there are any other questions, I think we'll wrap up this meeting just a few minutes early. Thank you, Talena. I think I'm still getting it wrong. I'm not Selena. Talena. That's it. That's what it is. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here. And our next meeting will be on July 9th. So put it in your calendars or go into Circle and check attend, and it will automatically send you a message, or it should. If it doesn't, let me know. And we will catch up again in July. Okay, take care, you guys. See ya.
Thanks, Nicole.
You're welcome. See you,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
Thanks, Claire.
Thanks, Claire.